the one, the only, Ben Sion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Iyun Sion. Today we did Maseches Yoma Perek Gimel Mishnayos Tet and Yud. Mishnah Tet and Yud talks about different things that were altered towards the end of the second base on Mikdash. Hilni Hamalka, Munbaz, I believe Yeshua ben Gamla was also, and that was a time when the Kohanim Gedolim were not legitimate Kohanim Gedolim. They weren't people that were appointed based on their piety or based on their knowledge. They were based on financially. They bribed the Roman authorities who were in charge to become Kohen Gadol. It wasn't based on virtue, and they did certain changes. Right, Munbaz, all the kalim they used in Yom Kippur, he would put golden handles. His mother, Hilni Hamalka, which is mentioned favorably a couple times in Shas, she made a golden table where the Sota Parsha was written. She made a nice golden lantern in the head of the Beis HaMikdash so they could see what time Kriya Shema was. Other people did positive. Mishnah Tet talks about someone who made 12 spouts for the Kior instead of 2. And we also learned in Mishnah Tet someone made the coins that one said one seer la Hashem, one la Azazel. Instead of made out of wood, they made out of gold. And all these people, the Mishnayos called them maskinos hal shvach. They would mention them for shvach. Now, the phrase maskinos hal shvach is a strange language. It should have said v'shibchuhu. They praise them. Maskinos hal shvach sounds like if someone brought up in conversation, yeah, that was a good thing. We wouldn't go around on our own initiative and go ahead and start praising these people. We wouldn't do that, right? Why not? And the answer, I believe, is because we've said many times, there is no place of more wealth than the Beis HaMikdash. And if HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't want something to be made out of gold, you don't make it out of gold. There were parts of the Beis HaMikdash that were made out of gold, right? The Shulchan was made out of gold. The Aron was made out of gold. The menorah was made out of gold. Things that were to start making now the coins that you did the Gorah, the lottery for which seer was Hashem La'azaz out of gold, or to make a new golden lantern or a golden table for the Parsha Sota, or to add on to things. There were only 2 spouts. You made 12 spouts. Why are you doing this? Hashem didn't want it. Just like there's a mitzvah in the Torah, Bal Tigra, don't decrease for the mitzvahs in the Torah. There's also an Isser Bal Tosef, don't add on. Don't add on your own things. HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't want this. Basically, they didn't want this. But the situation was, these were all talking about towards the end of the second Beis HaMikdash, where, the government ruled, the Roman government ruled, and people bribed them for these offers. So they had no power. The Jews who were in control of, the Torah had no power over there. So when they mentioned these people, oh yeah, he made the handles of the kalim out of gold. Yeah, that was a nice thing, right? Right, or he made 12 spouts. Yeah, that was a good thing. Maskiro, so when they would mention him, they would say, because if you say negative things about these people are karov l'malchus. They get you in trouble. You could be killed by the Roman government. So that's why they say maskiros al shvach. These are things are good things? No. If they were good things, Hashem would have wrote in the Mishnayos or wrote in the Torah Shabbat, you should do these things. The fact that they didn't shows Hashem didn't want this. But these things were done in a positive fashion. They added more beauty to the Beis HaMikdash. And there was, right? If you would say negative things about them, you'd be reported to the government. So therefore, maskiros al shvach, if they mention them, you say positive things about them, but you don't initiate praising them. That's why I believe that's the language of the Mishnayos. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.